chances are you'd need to be an existing owner before you'd be likely to spot the differences between old and new. But make no mistake, the differences are real and, for the dynamically underachieving 8.3, game-changing. Just to give new and old owners clues that this is a new 8.3, far from checking the number plate, the midlife facelift gave the nose a sharper design with the headlights resembling those found on the new A4 and A5. In fact, everything has changed. There's a new platform and every engine is either new or substantially renewed. It's this change without appearing to change that Audi hopes will provide the right blend of technical improvement with design reassurance to keep the new 8.3 on top throughout its third generation. Even the mid-cycle facelift sought to rejuvenate rather than radically alter the 8.3 with new engines and more equipment chief among the additions. For Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda and Seat that brings unprecedented economies of scale. It will save them vast amounts of money over the lifetime of the platform as its engineering costs are amortized over so much time and so many other products. For you, the quality hatchback prospector, compared to the old Audi A3, MQB removes 80 kilograms from the weight of the structure, improves crash safety and liberates more interior space. Over it, Audi has draped the shape so utterly familiar you can park a new Audi A3 next to the old and not only struggle to tell one from the other but, once your eyes have picked out the myriad differences, still not be entirely sure which is the new car. The 2016 facelift certainly makes that process slightly easier, although only when you look from the front, as the bonnet has sharper crease lines and the headlights have gained an unfortunate-looking extension. The three-door A3 engine lineup is a mix of turbocharged petrols and diesel engines, with the range kicking off with a 114 bhp, 3-cylinder, 1.0-liter petrol. A 2.0 TFSI unit pushing out 187 bhp tops the petrol range and is available with Audi's four-wheel drive Quattro system, while the 1.4 TFSI engine has been dropped for a higher capacity 1.5 version with lower internal friction and the ability to switch off when you're on the throttle, all to help improve efficiency but not at the expense of performance. Those after a hot version of the three-door A3 will be pleased to know the S3 remains an option, powered by a 305 bhp 2.0 TFSI unit capable of flinging the premium hatch to 62 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds with the manual gearbox. Expect that time to be in the 4.5 seconds area with the auto box, while Audi claim it can reach 40 miles per gallon on a combined cycle. The diesel lineup is entirely more conventional. A single, 114 bhp 1.6 TDI starts the range off, while the crux of the oil burners sold will come from two 2.0 TDI units producing 148 bhp and 181 bhp respectively, both of which are available with Quattro. The 8.3 range is driven through either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic. Predictably enough, suspension is by McPherson struts at the front and a fully independent multi-link rear axle for all versions, rather than just the expansive models like the Golf upon which it is based. There are 3 states of suspension tuned: Standard, Sport and S-Line, though the last of these is available only with the top-of-the-range S-Line trim. The Audi A3 always felt like the entry-level Audi, even though after the arrival of the Audi A1, it no longer was. Its interior worked at a basic ergonomic level, but the style and quality enjoyed by those rich enough to afford larger, more expensive Audis was missing. No longer. This A3 marks the point where Audi chose to democratize its brand values and bring them to a wider audience than ever before, a strategy of which only good can come in the long term. There are 7 trim levels available with the 3-door A3, starting with the SE and going all the way up to S3 Black Edition. Opt for an entry-level SE A3 and you'll find 16-in alloys, xenon headlights, cruise control, rear parking sensors and auto lights and wipers fitted as standard on the outside. Inside, there is air conditioning, an auto-dimming rear-view mirror, and Audi's MMI infotainment system complete with the 7.0-in display, DAB radio, Bluetooth and USB connectivity, and smartphone integration. Upgrading to the SC Technic trim adds sat-nav and a 3-month trial to Audi's online connected services. Opt for sport trim and the A3 gains 17 in alloys, dual-zone climate control, front sports seats and touches of aluminium, while last-line cars get LED headlights, a sporty body kit, lowered, firmed-up suspension, ambient interior LED lighting, a part leather upholstery and 18 in alloys. If you have the choice and can afford it, the 2.0-liter TDI motor is by far the best engine available for the Audi A3. The petrol engines are smooth and sweet but simply don't add up when you consider the price paid in fuel consumption, CO2 emissions, range and limited low-down torque, although the new 1.5 TFSI Evo engine hopes to rectify some of those shortfalls. Between the 1.6 and 2-liter diesels, the fact the latter is 40 bhp more powerful yet apparently will go just 5.4 fewer miles on every tank of diesel tells you what you need to know. Yet while the 1.6 needs 10.7 seconds to reach 62 miles per hour, the 2-liter is claimed to do it in 8.6 seconds. Our testing resulted in an 8.9 seconds run, but that's still a night and day differential. The 2.0-liter motor is brand new and boasts an excellent spread of refined torque. It's only noisy right at the top end in that realm around 5,000 revolutions per minute where normal drivers never stray, or if you stand outside the car. For almost all occupants almost all of the time, it is more than sufficiently refined. The 1.0-liter TFSI, 1.5-liter TFSI and 2.0 TFSI petrol engines are all very strong performers, offering plenty of flexibility, excellent throttle response and consistent power delivery. So Audi has fixed one of the A3's traditional dynamic weaknesses. Sadly the other remains, at least in part. The new car is a more capable cross-country runner offering both improved accuracy in body control, but it's still not an actively fun car to drive. While Audi may share its MQB underpinnings with VW, Seat and Skoda, it is free to tune it any way it sees fit, so it perhaps no surprise seeing it prioritize stability over agility and ride over handling. Driving the A3 fast is at best a mildly pleasurable and only fleetingly diverting experience. You might enjoy a run up a decent road in the car, but it's hard to see it tempting you to seek one out or remembering it for long thereafter. Depending on which engine and transmission you choose, the fuel consumption of your A3 can be as poor as 39.8 miles per gallon, almost on par with the entry-level petrol Panamera. Or it can be as good as 74.3 miles per gallon, and most Smart Fortwos don't do that well, meaning your tax disc can cost anything from nothing to £175. The fact is the old A3 was able to dominate the class without ever being close to its best car, dramatically improving the product while providing the reassurance of a familiar face. Requiring existing customers to make no great leaps of faith should ensure their continued patronage.